I started doing comedy. I came back to California in '89. I started doing comedy, and when I started actually doing comedy in 1989, they would put up like, nobodies. They'd throw them up there like different people and stuff like that. And I did 5 minutes, and then I did 10 minutes, and then a couple of times after I my first few times I was doing comedy, I was on stage and they were giving me like 8 minutes or I don't know, 7 minutes. I don't remember what the time was. It was 10 minutes or some shit. Like I had no act. I just would talk a lot. And the casting director for a TV show called China Beach, John Levy, his name was John Levy. He was there with his son, and his son was like, you should put that guy on China Beach. He's funny. And then I had an agent at the time. I got an agent. It doesn't matter. I could tell you how I got an agent another time. But anyway, China Beach was a big show on ABC. It was a big show. It was like a procedure show. It was kind of like ER. It took place in a Vietnam hospital. This is 1989 or this is 1990. So it was like an ER show. You remember the ER with George Clooney and Noah Wyle. And I got called in to do an audition for China Beach. It was my second audition, the second audition I ever did. And it was like 12 lines on China Beach. And I got called in because the casting director, like I said, saw me doing comedy. And I went and auditioned at Warner Brothers, which was like, yo, you're going on the Warner Brothers lot to do an audition. Like, I'm gonna be a star. Like, you don't know, I'm like bugging, like I'm tripping. I'm like, I'm walking in Warner Brothers and you're seeing like the signs and the posters and, Batman and Jack Nicholson posters. And I remember and all that. And I wound up getting the part on China Beach, which was starring actress Dana Delaney, and it was a big show. And I was like, that's it. I'm a fucking actor. I'm going to be an actor, and that is it. And I cried when I got the part for China Beach. I literally cried when I got the part for China Beach. I could not believe it. I was so relieved that I finally found something that I might be good at, because as I've talked about in the past, so much I wanted to be in the NBA, and I was never as good as I wanted to be. But when I got China Beach in 1990, just the relief that like maybe I had a future as a young adult who could make a living. A week or two later, I was on the set of China Beach, and I never forget the actor Raymond Cruz. Raymond Cruz, who is totally recognizable. Raymond Cruz, actor who was in Training Day. He was in Better Call Saul. He was in Breaking Bad. He was the gangster. He always plays gangsters, and he's such a nice dude. This dude, Raymond Cruz, who you totally recognize. He was in Training Day. He wasn't like the main gangster in Training Day at that scene with Ethan Hawke. He was like the homo. He was like, you ever had your shit pushed in? He was like, I had more shit pushed in. Raymond was also in China Beach, and he had already acted a little bit. He kind of took me under his wing, and he had just started out, but he was really cool with me. But Raymond Cruz, my man, was in my first, show that I ever got the opportunity to do. And every time I see him, I'm like, China Beach. And he's like, China Beach. And that was really, really, really crazy.